Belanger gains the blue line, goes in deep into the corner, leaves it back for Schoen, stick handling back to Belanger. Centering pass, tipped on net, save made, tucked in, and they give him the goal. Belanger. Welcome to Dover Arena in Dover, New Hampshire. I'm Kevin Conley along with Ray McGilvery, bringing you Granite State Stars hockey action. Granite State Stars, the latest team in the Northeastern Junior Hockey League, a league that features teams throughout New York, and Pennsylvania, and all throughout the Northeastern region. A team that's made up of a lot of ex-high school players, some current high school players, and some pretty good talent here.
Well, the new league is starting this year. Next year, we're going to see probably some A hockey around here, junior A hockey. But right now, the junior B, they're doing very well. I believe they're 12-12-3 overall. League record, 7-2-1. Unbelievable for a first-year team.
Head coached by Toby O'Brien. Some of the local kids on it, Kevin Strong from Somersworth along with Jason Richard. Glenn Kamari, a Somersworth product who played at St. Thomas, I believe, and a couple of kids from Spalding, and Troy Ankle and Derek Leslie. They all void their senior years and actually some freshman years of high school, especially the two Spalding players. So they give up high school eligibility and they come play hockey here. What are some of the benefits?
Well, one of the things that's taken away from the high schools a little bit, but they're looking for the exposure is what they're looking for. The scouts are not looking, the college scouts are just not looking at high schools anymore. They get by the Catholic League in Massachusetts and they don't go any deeper. And so New Hampshire teams just do not see any scouts. Anybody with a lot of talent is going to want to play for the juniors and get out there and be seen by the scouts. The name of the game is exposure.
Tonight, the Granite State Stars take on the Pittsburgh Junior Penguin team. Pittsburgh comes in here at 3-5-1 in league play. Some of the action, it's a little different than high school. You'll see a little more fisticuffs and a tad quicker skating than the normal high school level.
Yeah, and most of the Junior Penguins that are here tonight are high school level players. They're college players, probably playing college JV right now. So it's mostly the high school players. They've got a decent league record. The teams have met once before this year in the preseason tournament down here. There was a one-goal differential between the two. I believe the Granite State Stars won 4-3. Should be an excellent hockey game.
And we'll have the opening face-off between the Pittsburgh Junior team and the Granite State Stars right after this.
Tri-City Dodge, Route 108 in Somersworth, is devoted to customer satisfaction at the lowest prices. Picture yourself in a new car and feel the comfort, the style, and the ease that's waiting just for you. Then find out what amazingly affordable deals can be made only at Tri-City Dodge. And what an inventory to choose from. Tri-City Dodge, sales, service, parts, and accessories. That's why we say highest customer satisfaction at the lowest prices at Tri-City Dodge in Somersworth.
Kearney Drug in downtown Rochester, where your health is our most important concern. From computerized prescriptions, sick room supplies, hospital equipment, and more, Kearney Drug is a full-service pharmacy accepting Medicare assignments and specializing in the sale and rental of hospital equipment. On hand at all times are certified orthopedic fitters as well as Jobs fitters. Kearney Drug is also well known for its health screening tests the first Wednesday of every month. A full-service pharmacy also means cosmetics, greeting cards, gifts, plus everyday items. Kearney Drug, 32 North Main Street.
Excuse me. Listen, remember how you picked me up at that garage sale, took me home, and made me all kinds of promises? Well, this basement is lonely and scary, and you need to call Dwyer's Woodworks. He'll treat me real good, and when I'm finished, you'll see that underneath it all, I really am very beautiful.
Okay, Dwyer's.
I feel so good thanks to Dwyer's Woodworks. Just one more thing. Take me upstairs or I'll tell your sofa about us.
Welcome back for the opening face-off between the Granite State Stars and the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins in the Northeastern Junior Hockey League. Channel 12 will cover 4 or 5 games of the Granite State Stars. The starting lineup for the visiting Pittsburgh Junior Penguins. At center is number 6, Charlie Blasco. Playing the forwards are Dave Carfley, number 9, and Justin Wolf, number 16. Defensemen are Jamie Martz and Doug Quayle. Goalie will be Dan Reagan. Starting lineup for the Granite State Stars will be Tracy Belanger, Jim McLeod, Dave Frachon up front. Defensemen will be Mike Bourgeois and Jason Richard. And in goal will be number 35, Nick Bicknell. Belanger wins the draw. Richard goes up along the boards. Belanger hustles after it. A 2-on-1 for the Stars early. The shot, score! Tracy Belanger, 11 seconds into the game, puts the Granite State Stars up 1-0.
Right off the bat, coming down the right wing, had a nice angle to shoot. The goaltender left him the whole top corner, and Belanger didn't make any mistake on that. He just plugged it in. 1-0 Stars.
Did not take long for the Granite State Stars, who come in against the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins with a very impressive record. In league play, they are 7-2-1. Overall, they're 12-12-3. Their counterparts, Pittsburgh, are 3-5-1 in league play, 8-8-1 overall. Dave Frachon assists on the play. Into the boards it goes. Belanger goes after it behind the net. Controlled now by Pittsburgh. Breakout here, 2-on-2. Dumping it in is number 16, Justin Wolf. Bicknell plays it behind his own goal. Has some trouble, and there's a whistle on the play.
Got an interference call.
First penalty of the game.
Call will go against the Penguins. Now it's going to be against well, let's see.
Looks like it's on Belanger.
Yeah, it's on Bourgeois.
Bourgeois, Mike Bourgeois, the defenseman. He goes out. Both teams make a change. Winning the face-off for the Granite State Stars is Mike Olber. He's out there along with Steve Wallace, number 7, Harry Himes, and Glenn Kameri, number 24.
Now they're playing a solid 1-1-2 short-handed situation, 1-4 checker.
Pass can't be connected at center ice. Himes after it. He clears it. Almost stopped there by number 12, Jamie Martz, but he gets through. Back into the Pittsburgh zone. 8:54 to go in the game, in the first period, rather. 1-0 Granite State Stars lead.
Steve Wallace doing some tight forechecking.
And now Pittsburgh breaks it out. Carrying it up is number 27, Donnie Owens. He gets broken up. And Ober dumps it back in the Pittsburgh end. 1:05 to go on the power play for Pittsburgh.
Absolutely nothing so far on that power play for Pittsburgh. Excellent defensive play by the Stars.
Bill Alsep starts it off. Carrying up the left boards and dumping it in is Mike Patrigolia. Bicknell tries to clear it along the boards, stopped there by Pittsburgh's number 8, who we don't have listed. Shot on goal goes wide. Kameri battling, trying to clear it, stopped. Himes has it. He'll go up the left boards and clear it back into the Pittsburgh zone with 23 seconds to go on the man advantage for Pittsburgh.
So far they haven't had a shot on net in this power play.
Kameri keeps it in. Just 10 seconds remain on the penalty. Stop there at center ice trying to break it up. Broken up by Jason Richard on the play. The penalty is up, 5-on-5 now, both teams at full strength. And it's dumped in by Nelson. Richard clears it back behind his own goal, and Kameri sends it along the boards. Leslie pursuing, but Nelson gets it, controls at center ice. Bayer breaks it up, holds, looks for Richard going up the far side, can't connect into the Pittsburgh zone. Tracked down by Nelson, and it's an icing call.
Now, one of the things you might watch out for in the Granite State Stars, they have some good scoring defensemen. And Jason Richards that time was breaking up the right wing. Little quicker pass, he'd probably have been able to break in.
Jason Richard out there on defense, along with number 19, Mike Bourgeois. Centering, it's Kevin Strong. He has Derek Leslie to his right. Playing the left wing is Mike Bayer. Now Strong breaks up 2-on-1. Strong pass is broken up, trying to get it over to Bayer. Now Pittsburgh just dumps it in the Granite State Stars end. Leslie leaves it for Richard. Pass can't be connected all the way down into the Pittsburgh zone. Check there by Strong. Now controlling in front. On the stick, but Champagne can't get it off. Paul Champagne out there on the wing, along with Strong and Leslie.
And that will be another icing call.
New England Furniture Company is located on Route 11 in Farmington and impressively boasts one of the largest showrooms in the area with the finest quality furniture in a wide selection, the best in savings, and all national name brands that you know and trust. And downstairs is an extensive area devoted to their bedding department with a multitude of mattresses, beds, and furnishings, all for you to choose from. Let us make your home beautiful at New England Furniture Company of Farmington. New England Furniture Company is open 7 days a week.
16-13 to play in the first period. 1-0 Granite State Stars lead.
The officials for tonight's game, referee Danny Raposa, and the linesmen Dave Maxfield and Chris Brown.
Curtis Clark centering on this line. Steve Wallace to his right. The shot by Himes is wide. Kamari and Himes on defense. Kamari slapper on goal, and it's a stick save by Reagan. Wallace tries to dump it out front, broken up by number 77, Doug Schleibner, but Granite State Stars keep it in the end.
Mr. Rover's taken a couple of solid checks so far.
Kamari keeps it in the corner. Centering pass, poked away by Reagan. Stars trying to keep it in. Now it's broken out, and Himes deflects it back to Kamari at center ice. Kamari dumps it in. Up along the boards. Pittsburgh trying to mount some offense. Haven't had anything yet to show.
No, they can't seem to get the puck anywhere near the goaltender. I don't think they've had a shot on net yet.
Along the board, shoveled up. Wallace clears it out of the zone. Back is Owens. Owens trying to flip it up, and right there is Ober to break it up. Blasco dumps it in. Forces Bicknell to play it, and Blasco right there again, looking for someone to center to. Back to the defense. Shot on goal, it goes wide. Just a flip pass in near Bicknell. Kamari lays a check. Pittsburgh controls, broken up by Himes. Carrying the puck center ice into the Pittsburgh zone, has a 1-on-3. Trying to work around the defenseman, gets tied up along the corner. Now Pittsburgh just flips it out. After it there was Jason Staples. Dumps it back in. Pittsburgh controls at center ice, and now Troy Anctil breaks it up. Anctil gets hauled down, no call. Blasco, a heavy check from Mike Bourgeois.
Nice job by Bourgeois, stood him right up at the blue line.
Staples along the board, trying to get it to Gabe Maddie, and now Anctil trying to get it to Leslie off the skate. Slapper by Bourgeois! Mike Bourgeois, 13:59 to play in the first period, puts it upstairs.
Nice shot by Mike Bourgeois. He really laid it some wood on that. So 2-0 Stars.
Does not take the Granite Staters long to get the offense going.
No, it's about 6.5 minutes in, and they've already had 2 goals. The defense is setting everything up there. They've played very well in their own end, moved the puck pretty well through center ice, but both goals have been upstairs.
Angel gets the assist on the Bourgeois goal, 2-0. 13:59 to play in the first period. Leslie controls. Broken up as Gabe Maddie tried to control him. Now Pittsburgh Stewart along the left side, but he's offsides. Face-off will be outside the blue line.
I know Pittsburgh may have had a long trip. They don't look like they've got real speed in their legs tonight.
3-5-1 in league play. Granite State Stars 7-2-1. First-year team doing quite well in the 14-year Northeastern Junior Hockey League.
They've been playing extremely well. This is the first break for Pittsburgh right there.
Alsop back to Stewart. His shot looked like it trickled between the pads of Bicknell, but he falls on it.
Bicknell's going to have to learn that axiom about goaltenders. Never look behind you. If it's behind you, there's nothing you can do about it.
He looked behind, didn't see it in the net, fell on the ground, and luckily it was right below Bicknell. One of the few shots in this first period on Bicknell.
I think so. That's the first shot that's been on net. They've had two from the top of the circle, both of which missed the net, and that one was right on.
Staples plays it up to Leslie. Back to Staples. He gets tripped. No call. Alsop trying to let it fly. Pad save by Bicknell. Bourgeois trying to clear it. Pittsburgh keeps it in the zone, and Staples knocks it down with his hand. And now they look like they might call a hand pass, and they do. Hand pass on Staples.
Yeah, the only one that can get away with that down in that area is the goaltender.
Face off to the left of Bicknell. 2-0 the score, 13:20 to play in the first period. Troy Anktel centering for the Granite State Stars.
Now the younger players are getting some ice time right on this shift. Leslie, Anktel.
Up the left side, Bourgeois dumps it in. Delayed offside, now it's waved off. Petraglia trying to get it in. Anktel breaks it up. Owens along the left side, skates it into the zone. Poke checked away by Staples. And Anktel can't connect with Maddie. Granite State Stars will change. Maddie and Anktel stay in. Anktel forechecking. And now Himes breaks it up along the left boards. Now Pittsburgh with a 3-on-2. Dump back to Alsop, give and go. Trickled in front, saved by Bicknell. Now off the stick. Belanger clears it. Heading after it is McLeod. He breaks it up. Pittsburgh dumps it down. Himes will play it in his own zone. 2-0 the score. Lead pass. Frishone can't handle it. Back into the Granite State Stars end. And now Frishone breaks out. He has Belanger 2-on-3. Trying to find Belanger in the middle, but broken up by Pittsburgh again. They just clear it out, and Kamiri slaps it back in. Up along the boards. Skating the puck out is number 16, Justin Wolf, dumps it into the Granite State end. And I think they called an icing. A Pittsburgh player was there, but couldn't get a control of the puck. Finally controlled by Granite. So 11:48 to play in the first period. Face-off will be to the left of the Pittsburgh goaltender, Dan Reagan. Jason Richard on defense along with Jason Staples. Belanger, Frishone, and number 20, Jim McLeod out there as the forwards.
Yeah, they're staying out there with the first line of the Penguins. It looks like that's the matchup that Coach O'Brien wants.
Staples back in his own zone, backhands it along the boards. It's flipped up. Frishone has a man in his face, and now Belanger controls. Cleared away, and Richard plays it. Richard wearing number 1. We saw him with number 55 in their first couple games. Apparently has a jersey problem. Now it's cleared.
He probably left it at home.
McLeod forechecking. Kept in by Frishone. Belanger now controls to Richard. Richard in the slot. Pad save by Reagan. Didn't get much on that shot. Back to Richard. Richard tees it up, lets it fly. It's a goal! Tipped in front, I believe, by Frishone.
Once again, shot up high. Shot up high. Whether Frishone tipped it or it hit the top of the goaltender, I don't know, but it was up high. Goalie wasn't going down, but those pucks seem to be just hitting up under the top crossbar.
11:02 to play in the first period. 3-0, the Granite State Stars lead. We'll wait to see who they give the goal to. Jason Richard teed it up, let it fly high, and they do give it to Jason Richard on the goal. So apparently it was tipped by the goaltender.
Yeah, the goaltender, and what really hit it, it must have just hit the side of his arm, and then it hit the top crossbar and went right in. Again, another shot, hard shot from outside.
No one near Richard. He had time to tee it up and let it fly. Frechon and McLeod assist on the play, and now Frechon poke checks it. Reagan forced to play it. Frechon dumps it in front. Out there, the backhand stopped the rebound as McLeod and Belanger are right on the doorstep.
Well, they still haven't got anything by Reagan low. He had about 3-4 shots, and he seems to handle the low shots very well. Whether he's not seeing those high ones or not, difficult to say. But this line of Belanger, Frechon, and McLeod really put the pressure on.
That line stays out there along with Staples and Richard. Richard on the go, lets it fly, trickled past as the goaltender Reagan made the pad save. Richard trying to sneak up front, covered, and now it's stumped. Chasing after it, Jason Richard plays it along the boards. Belanger avoids a hit. Now having trouble with the puck, he goes into his bench.
That's one way to get off the ice.
Hit made on Belanger there was by Sean Deasy. Number 17 knocked Belanger into his own bench. Now Stewart along the left side, and there's a whistle. Now some fisticuffs.
A little hassle between Belanger and
Jamie Martz, number 12.
Right.
There'll be a couple penalties issued here, I'm sure.
No question, there's got to be two.
Belanger and Martz will head to the penalty box. Dave Maxfield sending Belanger there. Belanger wasn't real quick to get in the box. See what they put up for the penalties, probably a couple minutes.
Yeah, I would think it'd be roughing calls. And Danny Raposa was talking to, I believe, the captains of the teams, and he's just telling them that he's not going to put up with anything like that.
These games have gotten a little heated, a little chippy at times.
There are times when in this league that happens. Everybody's trying to impress, and they're looking. They're really looking to be seen.
10:19 to play in the first period. 3-0, the Granite Staters lead. It'll be 5-on-5 skating. Belanger and Martz in the penalty box.
Yeah, the penalties will not affect the on-ice strength, and whether it's 2 or 5, we don't know because I didn't see what the call was.
Petraglia trying to dump it up. Himes and Kameri on defense for the Granite State Stars, and Kameri plays it up, trying to connect with Bayer. Kevin Strong and Champagne out there as the forwards. Himes keeps it in. Behind the net, up along the boards, controlled by Pittsburgh, dumped into the end. Kameri back on defense. Petraglia trying to get to the puck. Kameri plays him off and swoops it away. Pittsburgh there, shot on net, easy save by Bicknell. He quickly covers up, so a face-off to the right of Bicknell.
Now the puck was a little off net, not much on the shot. Kameri did well to get back and just from sitting on the ice, just knock it up to the boards.
Kept in by Nelson. Nelson still controlling. And now Champagne goes after it, gets it, goes behind his own goal. Up along the boards, Bayer there. It's played by Kameri. Dumped up, Pittsburgh controls at the mid-ice, and it's dumped right back into the Stars zone. Himes will try to get the offense started. Lead pass for Bayer. Tipped up, can't be controlled by Champagne. Now Strong in the Pittsburgh zone. Centering pass, tip, can't get it on net, however, by Bayer. Now it's back to Himes on defense. Himes is slapper. Pad save by Dan Regan. Himes again flips it on net, broken up there by Pittsburgh.
Good forechecking by the Stars.
And now there's a hit by Himes. Looked like his stick was being grabbed. Couldn't go after the puck.
I think Himes is going out by himself this time. We won't have double penalties here. My guess is Himes is going out. And somebody else may go out if he keeps it up.
And it looks like they are sending number 27 to the box. That's Donnie Owens.
They're sending Owens out too.
Himes will join Belanger in the Granite State Stars penalty box. 8:49 to play in the first period. 3-0, the Granite Staters lead.
They put a holding call on the Pittsburgh Penguin player, Donnie Owens, but I didn't see what the call on Belanger was. It had to be roughing, or rather Himes.
2 players in the box for each team. Both teams will skate 5-on-5. Kevin Strong out there is the center. No wings are out there with him yet, however. On defense will be Mike Bourgeois and Jason Richard, and now Strong comes off, or comes to the side. And going into the penalty box.
Yeah, Steve Wallace, there's got to be a double minor on somebody. We're going to be 5-on-4 Pittsburgh.
Steve Wallace goes in the box, has a 2-minute penalty put up. So Troy Anktel centering. He has Gabe Maddie, and on defense of Bourgeois and Richard, the 4 men in there to kill the penalty. Quayle dumps it into the zone. On net, covering up is Nick Bicknell. Alsop and Quayle out there as defensemen for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we did have a double minor on Himes for roughing.
Goes back, Quayle shot deflected wide. Richard trying to play it along the boards, pokes it up. Quayle pinching in. And now Blasco gets back there. He tees one up, lets it fly. Goes wide to the far side, but Alsop will keep it in the zone. Behind Bicknell. Now it's played Pittsburgh. Centering pass.
Oh.
Save as the shot on goal was by Blasco.
Yeah, Jason Richard didn't quite get that puck as far out from the net as he wanted to, and almost coughed up a goal there.
Pittsburgh behind their own net, trying to start the offense up with their 5-on-4 advantage. Maddie forechecks, breaks up the play, and now Pittsburgh controls once again. 5-on-4 for Pittsburgh. Dumping into the zone was Justin Wolf, number 16, and played out in front off the skate of Richard as Bicknell was trying to clear it.
They're living dangerously on this power play.
Pittsburgh will set it up now. Quayle into the corner around the net. Richard could get there first. Takes a check. Up around the boards. Alsop trying to keep it in. There's Maddie, and Anktel now will clear it. And it goes into the Pittsburgh Penguin bench.
That hit something over there and bounced back in. So the faceoff will be just inside the blue line of the Stars.
Stars make a change along with Pittsburgh. Kamiri and Staples out there.
Still have a half a minute left on this power play for Pittsburgh.
Curtis Clark out there as well. And centering is number 28, Mike Ober. Alsop remains on the ice for Pittsburgh. It's cleared by Staples into the Pittsburgh zone. 19 seconds to go on the penalty. Clark forechecking, but it's played by Blasco into the Granite State Star zone, and now Staples can't get the puck. Centering pass, covered up once again by Bicknell. He's quick to cover that puck.
Yeah, he better cover it quick. When you're shorthanded, if you've got it underneath you, there's no way they can put it in.
Face off to the left of Bicknell now.
2 seconds left on the penalty, so they've effectively killed this off, and see how well they play once the man comes out. It will be Wallace who will be the man out of the penalty box.
Pittsburgh can't take a last-minute change. They'll have to stay with the 5 on the ice. Back to Pittsburgh, slap shot, goes wide. Now it's 5-on-5. The penalty's killed off once again by the Granite State Stars. Clark trying to connect with number 28, Mike Ober. Gets it to Wallace. He's broken up, and then Ober's broken up. Kept in by Staples, and there's a penalty. Another penalty. Early on, Granite State Stars have had some penalties against them, both teams, and now it looks like an elbow is going against, might be Bayer, make it Ober. Someone's getting an elbow.
Well, Clark is at the box.
Number 22, Curtis Clark, goes in. So a 5-on-4 advantage again for Pittsburgh. That's the third advantage. 6:30 to play in the first period. Granite State Stars will be shorthanded for 2 more minutes.
Yeah, and Himes is going to have to wait in the box to serve his second 2 minutes. So Pittsburgh
starts it up. Stumped in there by number 9, Dave Carfley. Controlled by Ober. Gets around one man, clears it down the center of the ice, forcing Reagan to play it. Wallace forechecking. Forces Pittsburgh to keep it in their zone longer than they want to. Now they set it up along the boards, right where Ober will play it back into the Pittsburgh zone. 1:21 to go on the power play for Pittsburgh. 3-0 to score. The Granite State Stars lead. Now they have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Blasco controls, runs into his own man. Sets up the power play, broken up and cleared. Glenn Kamiri made the play there.
Well, Blasco a couple of times has brought the puck through center ice in fine shape, got it into the zone. That just doesn't seem to be in sync with the rest of his forwards.
Blasco, a give inside to number 23, Bill Alsop, and nothing's made of that. Goes wide. Alsop was all alone in front of Bicknell. Pittsburgh behind Bicknell, taking their time.
They got the Stars standing still right now. Nobody's skating.
Slap shot, trying to deflect on net, can't be done. Pittsburgh controls once again. Granite State Stars in their box, and defensive play broken up by Staples and cleared by Steve Wallace.
They can see the difference. The Stars game is not to stand around and let the other team play with the puck. It was all on the perimeter, but they did an excellent job.
13 seconds to go on the penalty, and the Stars will fend off one more shorthanded play. 4 seconds to go. Richard dumps it in. That will kill the penalty. Belanger comes on the ice, and now Bourgeois plays it up along the boards. Pittsburgh controls the center ice. It's broken up there by number 20, Jim McLeod. He controls into the Pittsburgh zone. Leslie loses control. Now Bourgeois lets it fly, and that one goes high over everything. And now Richard pinching in, centering pass, broken up. Backhand by Richard again, goes wide, and
we got another penalty coming up here.
Penalty coming up.
Got a little holding in front.
So
on the black. So Pittsburgh will go into the box, and the Stars will finally go on a power play.
Their first power play. Pittsburgh has had 3. 3-0 to score. Granite State Stars lead. 3:50 to play in the first period.
I'll get a pretty good look at the Stars power play. They'll stay with Belanger's line. Belanger, and what they're going to stay with Frechon.
McLeod to the left. He's been playing with Frechon. Not sure who the right wing is now. Richard on defense along with Bourgeois. Into the corner, battling. It is Frechon on the right wing. Played back to Richard. 5-on-4 advantage for the Stars. Richard give and go, gets it back, deflected on net, but the save was made by Reagan, and Pittsburgh clears it.
Yeah, they'll do that quite frequently. You'll see the Stars defense pinch in.
Bourgeois along the boards, drops it off for Frechon. Back to Bourgeois, now to Belanger, getting around one man. Richard slapper goes wide. McLeod keeps it in. Behind the goal, it's Belanger in the corner. Stick handling along the boards. Dumps it back for McLeod to Belanger, setting up on the penalty. Bourgeois fakes a slap shot. Richard on the slot. His wrister goes wide. Trying to go upstairs once again.
He had that top corner too. Was open.
Now Belanger gets back. 1:05 to go on the power play for the Granite State Stars. Frechon controls in the Pittsburgh end to Belanger down low. It's broken up on the play by Pittsburgh's Doug Schleibner. But Richard gets it right back. Now Belanger lets one fly. Glove save, and hung on to by Dan Reagan.
Good save by Reagan. Good offensive series by the Stars on that power play. They kept the puck in the zone a little over a minute.
49 seconds to go on the power play. 2:39 to play in the first period. 3-0 the Granite State Stars lead the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins. Kevin Strong out there, along with Champagne and number 8, Brent Bayor. Himes and Kamira in defense. Himes dumps it in, deflected by Strong on goal, but the save was made by Reagan. Now the backhand, Strong still in front.
Reagan has it now.
Covered up by Reagan. Good deflection by Strong.
Excellent play. The puck was shot by Himes, kept it probably ankle high and gave Strong a good chance to deflect it in. Unfortunately, he deflected it right on the goaltender.
About a week ago, Kevin Strong had a 7-point night, scored 4 goals, had 3 assists. So he's continued his offensive prowess moving here with the Granite State Stars. He was outstanding at Somersworth High.
Back at the point right now.
And it gets by Strong, forcing Bignell to play it. Goes up to Himes along the boards. Himes over to Kamiri. Kamiri can't get it, trying to connect with Champagne.
Bouncing
Just
puck,
6 seconds to
handle.
play. And it's turned over. Blaster goes wide by number 16, Justin Wolf. Bayer up ahead. 2-line pass.
Yeah, they're playing 4 forwards and 1 defenseman on that power play.
Power play is over for Pittsburgh. Well, for the Granite State Stars, as the penalty is up for Pittsburgh. 3-0 the score, just 1:44 to play in the first period. Troy Anktel will be centering. Derek Leslie, the right wing. Playing left wing, I believe, is Gabe Maddie. Back to the point. Schleibner's shot is broken up in front. And now Anktel and Leslie forecheck. Anktel controls. Out in front, his shot goes high. So
Wow,
apparently they've been told to go up.
It went off the glove.
Deflected by Reagan now. Richard, his slapper, left pad save by Reagan. Richard has had some quality shots.
He has, and Reagan is pretty tough down low when he can see that puck. The only thing that's hurt him have been those 3 shots, every one of them up under the top crossbar.
Minute 21 to play in the first period. Anktel, Maddie, and Leslie stay out there as the forwards. Bourgeois and Richard on defense. Bourgeois turns and fires, blocked out in front. Now Maddie and Anktel trying to push it in there, and Anktel takes a cross check from behind.
They didn't make a call on that.
Face-off should be to the right of Dan Reagan. And it will be to the right as the players unpile.
That's been a good, solid first period for the Stars. They've established a 3-goal lead, dominance on defense, good power play.
Pittsburgh controls behind their own net. 1:09 to play in the first period. Anktel intercepts as it was trying to be cleared. He gets spilled off the puck. Richard will play it back in his own zone, trying to avoid Dave Stewart, and he does. Now Pittsburgh gets control of the puck behind their own net. Alsop centering pass. Bourgeois intercepts. Now Maddie up along the left boards.
Yeah, Stewart was wide open in front of the net. They just didn't get him the puck.
Maddie has to hold, wait for his players to get on side. His lead pass too far for Anktel. Now Maddie gets it back, 3-on-1. Maddie's backhand pad save. Anktel tries to tuck it home, but it's covered up again by Reagan.
Anktel was actually trying to put that puck out to, I think it's either Leslie or Maddie was standing on the other corner. And he shot it right into the goaltender. But good, again, a good offensive drive by the Stars.
Stars have controlled the play in the first period. Just 28 seconds remain. 3-0, the Granite Staters lead.
And once again, they're going to have to play another 28 seconds of solid hockey. They don't want to give up a late period goal and go into the locker room just having given up a goal.
Clark, Wallace, and Ober, the forwards. Staples and Himes on defense. Cleared to center ice, 20 seconds to play in the period. Himes dumps it back in. Can't be controlled by the tender Reagan. Wallace, 10 seconds to play in the first period. Pittsburgh just trying to dump it out. That should kill off the first period with 2 seconds to go. First period comes to a close. Some early scoring by the Granite State Stars. They lead 3-0. They've shown they're going to try to go upstairs early on Dan Reagan.
No question that they were going upstairs early in the game. Everything they've put in that has not been up under the top bar, Reagan has gotten a glove on or a pad on, so they were right to go up high on him early.
3 first period goals by the Granite State Stars. We'll be back for second period action between the Granite State Stars and the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins right after this.
This office is busy, and I'm only one person. So when someone around here needs to send flowers to a client, I call Studley's. They deliver everywhere, around town, across country, and Studley's offers same-day service on orders received by noon and a 24-hour 100% satisfaction guarantee. Studley's has an office plants maintenance service. They come in here every week and take care of our office plants. That's why it looks so great around here, even outside. Studley's is more than just a flower shop.
Macca's Automotive, 303 North Main Street in Rochester, is now one of the most successful small businesses in the city, offering general repairs on foreign and domestic cars, expert evaluations, fast and reliable service. Tune-ups are a specialty at Macca's, but they cover every part of the car, whether it be mechanical or electrical. And for your convenience, servicing can be done while you wait. Macca's also offers a large selection of used cars, trucks, and vans that are carefully checked for reliability. Macca's Automotive, 303 North Main Street in Rochester.
Are you looking for a full-service bank with strength, stability, and security, in addition to the friendliness of a smaller bank? Farmington National Bank has 4 locations with an experienced staff anxious to serve you. Come to Farmington National Bank for checking, savings, mortgages, home equity, consumer, and business loans. Experience our many years of banking expertise at one of our 4 locations.
Second period about to begin. 3-0 the score. Granite State Stars lead the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins. Been impressive so far with their offensive display through 1 period.
No question, they've been impressive all year. They're sitting, I don't know, probably right at the top of the league, second place, I think, at 7-2-1 record. So the Stars have really excelled in this league.
Belanger wins the faceoff. He has McLeod as a left winger, Frichon as a right winger. Belanger trying to control now on defense of Bourgeois and Jason Richard. Bourgeois plays it to Richard, back behind the net to Bourgeois. Pittsburgh sending 2 guys deep up along the boards, intercepted there by Alsop.
It's a new defensive alignment for Pittsburgh.
Frichon controls, dumps it into the zone, chases after it. Now it's controlled by Jamie Martz up along the boards. Bourgeois keeps it in. Behind the goal. Now Belanger controls, flips it, broken up, slapper by Frichon, and the save is made.
Yeah, one-timer and good position by Reagan in the goal.
Bourgeois sends it on net. The tip goes wide. Richard in deep. Now played up along the boards. Frichon back on defense. Keeps it in. Belanger fights off one man. Gets tripped. Now Richard trying to get it. Can't. Back to the point. Frichon flips it on net. Belanger gets a stick on it. But it's cleared away by Pittsburgh.
No icing on that.
Bicknell plays it up along the boards. No one there as both lines come up with a change. Kevin Strong deflects it over to Bayer. Bayer on net. Strong can't get a stick on it. 3-0 the score. Strong controls behind the goal. Centering pass goes all the way through. Now Himes loses control. Himes and Kamiri on defense. And an offside is the call as Himes got tangled up with Sean Deasy there, forcing Pittsburgh offsides.
Well, Himes earlier looked to tap the puck back to Kamiri, who was the open man along the blue line. And he's got to do a little more practicing on his backward passes.
Strong centering. Champagne to the left. Bayer playing the right wing. In deep, no one there, and now it's cleared out to center ice. Pittsburgh controls. Dumped in, Strong going after it. Still along the boards. Now it's controlled by Blasco. Sends it across the blue line. Picking it up was Dave Carfley, but he's checked off the play. And now Wolf behind the net loses the puck. Champagne gives it right back to Pittsburgh. Finally, Himes gets it in the corner. Flips it up. Hits the insulation along the roof. Whistle's blown. Face-off will be to the left of Nick Bicknell.
Good back-checking by the forwards. Throughout the whole first period, the Stars forwards were coming back and helping out the defense in the zone. There's only been one shift so far where the defense has been left on their own.
Into the corner, Wolf's there, along with Champagne, up along to Strong. But it's played there by Quayle, and the save is made by Nick Bicknell. Pittsburgh keeps it in the zone, however, picking up their offense from the first period. And now it goes up ahead. Dumped in by Champagne. Skates after the puck. Now it goes up along the boards. Played by Schleibner. Back to the defense. Kamiri dumps it back in. Hits the official. And now Bayer has to wait for his team to get back on sides. Stick handles between two players. 3. Now a penalty. It should be a high stick. Bayer controls. Slapper by Kamiri. Flutters on goal. The save is made, and it's covered up by Dan Reagan.
Yeah, a couple of little mistakes on offense by the Stars. They had Bayer, who was doing some tricky stick handling, got by a couple of men. Looked like he had a shot and didn't take it. Went across the center, and then it got back to Kamiri. With the penalty called, Kamiri probably should have held on to the puck a little bit longer. He had plenty of time, nobody covering him.
He had Bicknell skating off so they could get the extra skater as well, but once it was on net, the save was made by Reagan. The whistle blew. It will be a 5-on-4 advantage for the Granite State Stars.
And goalies don't like to skate all the way down the ice and then have somebody take a shot.
Doug Quayle goes off for high sticking. 5-on-4. Bourgeois and Richard on defense. His slapper deflected in. Might have been a pad save. But Richard's slapper, we'll see who gets credit for the goal. There was a player right in front.
This one here, Frechon was standing right in front. And I'm not sure if he tapped it or not. But looks like somebody hit it. And it might have been the goaltender on the other player.
On both goals by Richard, someone's got a piece of it. The first one, it was the goaltender. This one, we'll wait and see if it was the goaltender or Frechon. Jason Richard has a slew of shots from the defense. And Jason Richard gets credit for his second goal of the game. Frechon gets the assist along with McLeod. 4-0 the score, 16:22 to go in the second period. Granite State Stars lead the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins.
And every one of their goals has been on a hard slap shot.
Alsop control, stops, centering pass, broken up there by Richard. Pittsburgh has to regroup at center ice. The pass intercepted by Clark, and now Richard controls. Skates by a couple players, takes the check. Intercepted and now controlled and touched by Ober. Offsides is the call. Puck barely went over the blue line once he touched it. Official
Once he hit it on that side of the line, I think Wallace was over the line. These forwards, when they get to that line, they have to keep that puck inside, get it in there first. Then you can stop.
Clark centering, Ober to his left, Steve Wallace the right wing. Bourgeois and Richard on defense. Wallace dumps it in the zone. Forces the goaltender, Dan Reagan, to play it. He covers it up.
That's a dangerous play for the goaltender. He took his stick out of the way and tried to handle it with his glove.
If you miss that, it goes behind you. No stick there to back you up.
no, you missed that, and you're going to ring up another goal.
4-0 the score, 15:45 to play in the middle period. I'm Kevin Conley along with Ray McGilvery. Paul Mannion, our cameraman technician, doing a fine job as always.
Well, Paul's getting to like these hockey rinks, I think.
We're at the Dover Ice Arena for Northeastern Junior Hockey League action. Granite State Stars both teams at full strength. Richard dumps it on net. Save is made. Now off the side of the net. That's a rebound. It was dumped in there by Wallace. Back to Bourgeois. And now we have a whistle and a penalty.
Yeah, and the penalty, I'm not sure, but it's either, yeah, okay, it is going to be against Pittsburgh.
Heading to the penalty box is Doug Quayle, I believe.
Yeah, he's a good-sized defenseman.
That's his second penalty in a row. Been off the ice twice in this period. 15:20 to go in the second period.
A little different look on the power play for Toby O'Brien's Stars.
Clark, Ober, and Wallace, the three forwards. Himes and Kameri on defense. Played back, Kameri. And now a penalty coming up again as in front, Ober got dumped.
I think Ober may be going off for holding, I'm not sure.
And it looks like it will be Ober. So for 10 seconds, Granite State Stars had a man advantage, but now it'll be even strength between both teams. 4-on-4 skating as well.
He's getting the penalty for roughing.
Quite a few penalties so far, not even halfway through the hockey game.
Well, the first period, about halfway through, they started to get a little bit frisky. When they do that, Danny Raposa, the referee, warned them, and then he started calling penalties.
Ober gets it for, what they say, fighting?
Roughing.
Roughing the penalty, and a misconduct, they said.
Yeah, I think that was a language barrier there. Said a few words that Raposa couldn't understand.
4-on-4, both teams skating against each other. Anktel in the corner, battling against a couple Pittsburgh players. Flipped out, and a heavy hit. Kameri lays on Blasco. Himes back to control the puck. Gabe Matty up to Troy Anktel, can't connect. Icing's waved off. Himes buries one of the Pittsburgh players, and now Pittsburgh starts it up. A hit there again by Glenn Kameri, throwing his weight around in this shift.
Now, the thing he's got to do, they can't let Blasco get a hold of the puck in this situation.
Gabe Matty
open ice.
up along the left side. His shot's deflected out of the rink into not the stands but the scaffolding.
Yeah, right over the glass. Face-off will be in the Pittsburgh zone. Best skater that I've seen so far for the Pittsburgh team is that Charlie Blasco, who is the starting center, also the captain. Excellent skater, and with 4-on-4, if he gets a hold of the puck, he can really move it.
A couple times he's outskated some of his wings, dropped it back. Look, no one's been there except for some Granite State Stars. Cleared away by Pittsburgh. Should be icing. Kameri back there first. 14:06 to play in the second period. 4-0 the Granite State Stars lead. Face-off will be to the right of Dan Reagan.
These junior teams play pretty much NHL rules, which means that on an icing call, unlike in high school hockey, they have to touch the puck after it crosses the line.
Kept knocked in. Leslie out front to Matty. His backhand is stopped by Reagan.
He got it in a little too tight on Reagan. Reagan went down. He had the top of the net, just couldn't get the puck up. Nice shift by Derek Leslie.
Drew a couple defenders, made the pass. Matty walked in all alone.
And he walked in a little too tight.
Wasn't too much in the backhand, which Reagan covered up. 4-0 the score, 13:51 to go in the second period.
Yeah, the Stars haven't had a finesse goal tonight. Every one of them has been a power shot.
Bourgeois dumps it up. Leslie plays it. Now Ankler goes in, but Pittsburgh clears it. Back to Bourgeois along the boards. Leslie pokes it in. Anktel has a 2-on-1 with Leslie. His pass broken up by the sliding defender. Now the shot by Bourgeois goes high.
Right
Whistle
off the top
blown.
of the stick.
High stick by Pittsburgh.
I think the high stick is on one of the Stars.
It's actually being skated out of the zone, so it is on the Granite State Stars. I think it might have been on Troy Anktel.
Yeah, it just wasn't a high sticking penalty. He just hit the puck with a high stick. The puck went off the top of the goaltender's stick, the nub.
13:29 to go in the second period. 9 seconds to go on Pittsburgh's penalty, and then they'll have 10 seconds with a man advantage. In the corner, Bourgeois on Wolf. Back to the point, slapper, pad save. Can't be covered up by Bignell. And Anktel controls to the left of his goal. Dumps it up, 3-7. Carfley to the left of the goaltender, and now Richard back on defense plays it. Clears it out and over near the Pittsburgh bench.
Teams are back at equal strength, 5-on-5. Stars are going to come out with their first line. McLeod, Belanger, and Frechon. They've been far superior so far in the game to the first line of the Penguins.
Himes and Kameri on defense. Kameri poke checks the puck away, starts it up. Has Belanger at center ice. Kameri dumps it in. McLeod chases after it. Belanger can't control, but now Frechon dumps it to Belanger, give and go. Frechon has nothing, skates it back around into the center of the ice, and it's pad save, poked through the crease. Kameri tees it up, his shot goes wide left. Now Belanger, and Frechon again gets a shot off this line, doing some carrying the play.
They're certainly out skating. This is really the second line of Pittsburgh, but they're moving the puck extremely well.
Himes keeps it in. McLeod's shot might have been tipped by Frechon, and now it's cleared into the stands by Pittsburgh.
Bowling in the USA. Bowling in the USA.
How do you get the good times rolling? You get your friends together and go bowling. It's great fun on the weekends. If you're coming out on a weeknight, call ahead to make sure lanes are available. Make your plans now.
Bowling, bowling, bowling in the USA. We're back bowling, bowling, bowling in the USA.
Nard's TV and Appliance Store, 74 High Street in Somersworth, has a showroom full of appliances, including refrigerators of all sizes and styles, washers and dryers, dishwashers, microwaves, ranges, and much, much more. Nard's also has a full selection of television sets, whether it be small, medium, or large. Plus, there's video products, including VCRs. Come in, take a look, and remember that Nard's always services what they sell. Nard's TV and Appliance Store in Somersworth.
.10 to play in the second period. 4-0, the Granite State Stars lead the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins. Controlled by McLeod. His centering pass deflected just wide and now covered up by Reagan. Frechon on the right wing got a stick on it.
Frechon's pretty good around the net, in close. Twice it appeared that he may have even tipped the puck, but apparently he didn't. But he was there screening the goaltender.
The Stars make a change. Centering now for the Granite State Stars will be Paul Champagne. Strong out there as well, gets it back to him. Rushes the puck, but it's kicked away by the tender Reagan. Now, Deasy just dumps it in. Pittsburgh controls behind the goal. Out in front, off the glove. Trying to flip it out, Pittsburgh keeps it in. Himes tries to dump it out again, but Quayle right there. Strong bumps him off the play, and Champagne heads up ice working against a couple defenders. He's broken up on the play. Played back, gets a piece of the referee.
I got Dave Maxfield over against the boards, cut that puck in the back of the leg.
Strong keeps it along the board, centering pass on goal, just wide, and the net's bumped off its moorings.
Yeah, it almost trickled in, that shot from the side of the boards by Kevin Strong.
Jason Staples goes on defense along with Mike Bourgeois. Himes comes off. Bayer is a left wing, Kevin Strong and Champagne out there as forwards. Play design, dump it back to Kevin Strong here on the faceoff.
That's what they tried to do the last time.
Into the corner it goes. Pittsburgh controls. Now it's kept in by Bourgeois. Nice defensive play and cleared away. Jason Staples back on defense. Up along the boards. Owens keeps it in. 11:08 to play in the second period. 4-0. The Stars lead. Out in front, getting a stick on it was Alsop, but can't put it home. And now a lead pass. Nearly a breakaway for the Stars. Kevin Strong up along the boards. Controlled by Pittsburgh. Centering pass for Alsop. Alsop wide of the goal. Out in front. Tipped by Champagne and trying to go ahead. Nearly a 2-on-1 for the Granite State Stars. But Alsop controls again for Pittsburgh. Broken up by Bourgeois. Strong can't connect. Pittsburgh controlling in the Granite State Stars zone. Now taken away by the Granite State Stars. Lead pass up ahead for McLeod. McLeod dumps it back for Bayer. His wrister goes wide, trying to go upstairs once again. Bayer gets the puck back. In the corner, centering pass. McLeod's one-timer goes wide.
Once again, they were trying to go upstairs. They had the goaltender down.
Nice pass by McLeod into the pinching Bourgeois, but his shot is stopped by Reagan. Trying to go right between the pads, and now all alone out in front, Curtis Clark. Glove save made by Reagan.
Clark was just coming on the ice and nobody picked him up.
Pad save again by Reagan. He's been tested here. Bourgeois controls, now broken up by Pittsburgh. Petraglia loses his stick, has to go get a new one as it's busted. McLeod battling in the corner now, a lead pass. Up ahead, Steve Wallace gets by one man, and he's broken up on the play by Pittsburgh.
Good forechecking by the Stars.
Wallace loses the puck in the corner. Controlling is Lammers for Pittsburgh up along the boards to number 16, Justin Wolf. Cleared away by Pittsburgh, a whistle behind the play. Looks like we could have a couple guys going. Curtis Clark and Justin Wolf. We'll see if it's one or two players.
I think it's just Wolf going.
And now they signal both to go to the box. Matching penalties on Curtis Clark and Justin Wolf with 8:54 to go in the second period. Both teams will remain at full strength.
Both roughing.
Face-off in the Pittsburgh zone. Anktel out there, Gabe Matty the left wing, and Derek Leslie the right wing. Pittsburgh up ahead. Up along the right side and clearing it in was number 7, Stewart, who gets dumped after the play by Himes. Cameri, lead pass, can't connect. Trying to hit Leslie there. Now Leslie takes it off sides. Anktel was still in the zone.
Anktel was breaking on the initial rush, and when they didn't get the puck over the blue line, he was caught in.
8:26 to go in the second period. Anktel centering. Himes and Cameri on defense. Anktel keeps it in the Pittsburgh zone, dumps it in behind the net. Maddie and Leslie pinch. Leslie controls behind the goal. Centering pass goes out in front. Maddie's shot deflected before he can get control of the puck.
Maddie wasn't ready for that, and he didn't get the good shot off at all.
Now behind the play again, there's a whistle. Holding goes against Pittsburgh, it looks like, by the reaction as Derek Leslie
I would say
was being held.
Lammers was the holder.
Jason Lammers will go off. So with 8:06 to play in the second period, the Granite State Stars will have a man advantage.
That 5-on-4 should be a good break for the Stars. They really haven't scored, I think, but one power play goal. The rest of them have all been even strength.
They come with their first line: McLeod, Belanger, and Frachon. Himes and Cameri on defense. 4-0 the score. The Granite Staters lead. Pittsburgh clears it. Himes going back on defense. Over to Cameri. Cameri lead pass for Belanger. Gains the blue line. Goes in deep into the corner. Leaves it back. Frachon stick handling back to Belanger. Centering pass tipped on net. Save made. Tucked in. And they give him the goal. Belanger tucked it in. Belanger had connected with Frachon. Frachon's shot was the save was made, and Belanger came from behind the net and tucked it home.
Yeah, it appeared that the goal had moved, and
the official says the puck went in before the goal was moved.
We don't have the luxury of replay here, but it appeared to me that the goal had moved. But it's also possible that it was the goaltender that moved it.
Belanger scores. Frachon gets the assist with 7:43 to play in the second period. 5-0 the Granite Staters lead. Quickly back on the offense. Slapper by Frachon was a pad save by Dan Reagan. Tied up in the corner. Quick whistle by Dan Raposa.
At 5-on-5, the Stars have, particularly that first line, Belanger's line, have been far superior to the Pittsburgh Penguin line. And on the power play, they were able to sneak a goal in.
Now a line change by the Granite State Stars. 7:41 to go in the second period. Strong out there along with Champagne and number 8, Brent Bayer.
Yeah, nice play by Kevin Strong. When the puck dropped down in between him, his stick was tied up. He just dropped down on it. Was able to get another face-off.
Strong will center once again. He'll have Champagne directly behind him at the top of the circle and comes in, controls the puck. Strong shot deflected out in front, tipped in. Another tip goes wide. None of those shots really got on the goaltender, Dan Reagan.
No, they were all just, everybody was off balance.
Along the boards, controlled by Bayer. Out in front, Strong shot. Save made and covered up by Dan Reagan.
Nice save by Reagan. Reagan has made a few good saves in this game, but 4 power shots by him and one that was just laying in the crease that he couldn't cover up.
The number of shots that were uncontested by any defense has been unreal by the Granite State Stars. Dan Reagan hasn't had a lot of defense in front of him.
Well, they have a tendency to stay away from the goaltender, let him see the puck, which is okay, but they're not picking up the men in front either.
I've seen Jason Richard have a ton of shots in deep with no one near him. Gabe Manny's had a couple himself, but he's been stopped on all his occasions. And now another shot quickly put on net by the Stars, covered up again by Reagan.
Yeah, that shot might have been a little bit off to the left of the net, but Reagan snapped that glove out, picked it right off.
Derek Leslie out there is the left wing along with Champagne and Bayer. Shot goes high and wide. Richard on defense along with Jason Staples. Leslie controls, poked away, and Bayer regains control for the Granite State Stars. Stick handling poked away, and Pittsburgh clears their zone, but Jason Richard gets back on defense. Under 7 minutes to play in the second period. Granite State Stars lead 5-0. Dumped back in behind Nick Bicknell. Hasn't had much action in the game or this second period. Has the shutout going over halfway through the ice hockey game. On net now, pad save in front, and the shutout is gone. Pittsburgh.
Gone. You could almost see it coming on that shift. Little lackadaisical play on their own end by the Stars. The initial save was made by Bicknell. The puck was right between his legs, and he didn't know exactly where it was. Penguins player just tapped it with a stick and knocked it in the net.
I believe it was Sean Deasy, number 17. We'll wait to see who gets credit for the goal. 6:36 to play in the second period. 5-1 the score now. Granite State Stars still lead. Anktel, Maddie, and Steve Wallace. And Deasy does get credit for the goal. Carfley gets the assist as the puck goes over the goal and out of play.
Well, we'll see if the Stars can come back and put another one in the net to offset that. They still have a comfortable 4-goal lead. But in this league, teams can score fast and furiously. Have a lot of good players on both teams.
Anktel dumps the face-off into the corner. Played there by Pittsburgh. Kamari controls it. Anktel forechecking. Puck gets by Wallace up to Owens. Gabe Maddie rides him off the play. Goes in deep, and Maddie in the corner tries to avoid a check, but he can't. Still has the puck. A couple Penguins in there. Centering pass off the back of the net. Pittsburgh trying to come around and tuck it in, but it's covered up.
Sure, he walked around from the back of the net. Nobody bothered him. He was able to get the backhander on. Nice save by Bicknell, and then he covered up.
Donnie Owens had the shot out front. His backhand was covered up by Nick Bicknell. 5:44 to go in the second period. 5-1, the Granite State Stars lead. Face-off will be to the left of Bicknell.
Now that one goal seems to have picked up the confidence of the junior Penguins, and that's the second time in a row, second shift in a row, that they've been able to put the puck right on Bicknell.
Granite State Stars 7-2-1 in league play. 3-5-1 for the Pittsburgh junior Penguins. Anktel racing for the puck, but getting there first was the Pittsburgh defense. Now Himes controls the puck in his own corner. His flip pass. Larmers has it. Dumps it in, and Wallace controls. Has Anktel break it up. Anktel has a breakaway. Anktel in all alone. His backhand scores!
Nice play by Troy Anktel. The puck was well in front of him. Looked like the goaltender, Reagan, was going to come out and make a play on it, but he changed his mind and decided to stay back. Anktel held the puck in the center and then went to his backhand and just put it right by the goaltender.
Hardee's Market and Deli, located at 303 Main Street in Somersworth. For years, the most popular place in town for subs and sandwiches. And just look at the bountiful and delicious helpings carefully prepared just for you. Call in or fax your order ahead of time. Hardee's has one of the largest coolers in town, and that means the coldest and the most refreshing of beverages, featuring Pepsi by the case, the six-pack, or by the individual can. Remember that Hardee's is a full-service market and deli, and that now includes video rentals as well as Megabucks tickets. Stop by and say hello to Gino and Chris, Somersworth's happiest couple, at Hardee's Market and Deli, located at 303 Main Street in Somersworth.
Stars roll,
1:14 to go in the second period. Engtel gets the goal, makes it a 6-1 lead for the Granite State Stars. Steve Wallace sent Engtel in on the breakaway.
Yeah, that'll take a little of the starch out of the Penguins' offense.
Lead pass up again. McLeod can't connect. McLeod, Frechon, and Belanger, and they're a very tough first line for the Granite State Stars.
Yeah, Belanger is from Trinity, a former Trinity player.
Frechon gets it knocked away. Belanger leaves it for Richard. Richard all alone. Goes in deep, gets it poked away. Controls now in the corner. Centering pass deflected, intended for Belanger. Now Bourgeois keeps it in. Richard on the wing, centering pass. Belanger gets a stick on it after he's knocked down. And Pittsburgh finally clears it. Racing back in his own zone and making the play was Bourgeois. Up ahead for McLeod. Lead pass. Belanger gets a stick on it. Controls the puck in Pittsburgh's zone. Centering pass knocked away by Quayle on defense. Now Bourgeois up along the boards. Belanger sent in by Bourgeois. Now to center ice, and Frechon has it. He gets tripped, trying to get it to McLeod, and back in the Pittsburgh zone. 3:57 to go in the second period. 6-1, the Granite State Stars lead. They make a quick change. Now Bayer controls, trying to get it to Champagne, broken up by Pittsburgh. Wolf starts it out, gets it up for Blasco. Blasco around one player in the Granite State zone. His pass goes wide, no one there for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Schleibner has his pass intercepted by Champagne. Now up ahead to Bayer on the right side. Bayer breaking in. Schleibner hauls him down. There'll be a penalty on the junior Penguins. And Schleibner controls. 5-on-4 advantage again for the Granite State Stars.
Yeah, there wasn't much choice on the defenseman's part in that particular series. Coming down the sideboard, he had him beat.
Brent Bayer had beat Schleibner, and Schleibner grabbed him, ripped him to the ice, and gets the penalty. 3:17 to go in the second period. A 5-goal lead for the Granite State Stars. They'll have a 5-on-4 advantage for 2 minutes. On their last power play, they came up with a goal.
That was their only power play goal of the night. A big part of the game was when the junior Penguins got their goal. Stars were able to come right back and put one in the net on their own. So.
Bayer, Champagne, and Strong out there as forwards. Staples, a defenseman, pinches in deep, and now it's flipped. Goes off one of the rafters. Face-off will be to the left of Dan Reagan.
A lot of the names of the Granite State Stars won't be familiar to the local hockey aficionados who have been watching fellows like Strong and Kamiri, Richards. Another penalty.
Whistle behind the play. Looks like Champagne got a stick where it doesn't feel too good.
Yeah, I think we got 2 guys going off.
Champagne heads to the sin bin for the Granite State Stars. I think Alsop will head to the penalty box.
Yep, they'll be in there together.
Alsop gets the penalty for Pittsburgh. So it'll be 4-on-3 skating. Granite State Stars will have the man advantage. Face-off will be to the left of Dan Reagan. And actually it'll be 5-on-4 skating. 3:10 to go in the second period. 5-on-4 advantage for another minute 53 for the Granite State Stars. Engtel out there centering. Has Kevin Strong out there as a wing along with Brent Bayer. Now Engtel, his shot, pad save by Dan Reagan.
Yeah, and Engtel had Bayer standing by himself on the other side.
Staples' flip shot covered up by the goaltender. Face-off will be to the left of Reagan. .259 to go in the period. A minute 41 to go on the man advantage. Flipped up by Pittsburgh now, out of the zone. Hustling after it for Pittsburgh. Donnie Owens Centering pass poked away by the goaltender Nick Bicknell, and now a 3-on-2 advantage. Kevin Strong dumps it out front. Heading for it was Troy Anktel, but getting there first was the goaltender.
Yeah, Kevin pushed that puck directly in front of him, and Anktel had to make the curve to come in. So the puck was able to roll right into the goaltender.
Minute 22 to go on the man advantage. 2:39 to go in the period. 6-1 the score. The Granite State Stars lead the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins. Puck is cleared down into the Granite State Stars zone. Bicknell plays it up along the boards, but Pittsburgh controls. Centering pass. Owens can't handle it. Now Himes starts it out for the Granite State Stars. Gains the blue line, continues in deep, leaves it back for Bayer. Bayer will set up the power play. In deep to Anktel. Back to Bayer. To the point, Himes at the point. Quick wrist shot. Deflected out in front behind the net. Now Anktel controls. Has the puck, his shot on net. Save made, covered up as Anktel was right on the doorstep.
Good shift by Troy Anktel. He had the puck behind the net, got it out front, bounced off somebody, came back in and picked up the puck again, got a shot on net.
41 seconds remain on the man advantage for the Granite State Stars. 1:58 to play in the second period.
Well, the Stars are drawing a few players from New Hampshire, some from out of state, some from far away as upstate New York and New Jersey. I think number 7 Himes is from Pennsylvania.
Played a year at West Point, Himes.
Yep.
Also playing with him at West Point last year was another player,
yeah,
David Frechon.
Frechon, yeah.
Both played at West Point. Shot on net by Bayer, deflected wide by Reagan.
So this type of hockey is going to be good for the Seacoast area.
Pittsburgh clears it away. Bourgeois back. They have a 5-on-3 advantage. Does the Granite State Stars for another 9 seconds. Then they'll have a man advantage for another minute 20. Bayer can't find the handle. Controls behind the net. Out in front, Anktel hustles after it. No one coming for Pittsburgh. Now it's a 5-on-4 advantage for the Stars. Backhander on net, and it's in. The second chance goes in by Brent Bayer.
Now Bayer followed up his own shot. Puck took a nice bounce for him, laid right at the bottom of his stick, and he put it up over the shoulder of Reagan.
Troy Anktel will probably get credit for the assist as he sent up Bayer.
Once again, a lot of action in the Pittsburgh zone.
7-1 the score. The Granite State Stars lead. 1:10 to play in the second period. They still show 1:12 on the penalty, but it came with Pittsburgh a man down, so they'll both be at even strength. Richard and Bourgeois are on defense. Up pass, up ahead for Ober, 3-on-2, along with Clark and Wallace. Clark goes in deep behind the goal. Bourgeois pinches up his shot, one-timer goes wide. Both Richard and Bourgeois are headed for the net. Now the pass is broken up by Wolf. Strong and Anktel get credit for the assist on the goal by Brent Bayer. Pittsburgh controls, now pinching in, the shot is deflected wide. A whistle behind the play. The shot was made by Jason Larmers, but it was deflected before it got to Bicknell.
Yeah, I think Richard is going off for roughing.
Jason Richard will pick up a 2-minute penalty. So with 31 seconds to play in the second period, Pittsburgh will have a man advantage for the rest of this period and into the next period if they don't score.
Well, they have not really been strong on the power play. And the Stars, other than one shift where they kind of stood around, have done a good job killing penalties.
In there to kill off the penalty for the Granite State Stars will be Ober, Clark, Himes and Wallace, the 4 in there. Quayley's shot goes wide. Controlled by Pittsburgh behind the goal. Centering pass off to the right of the goal, and it's deflected wide. 10 seconds to play in the second period. It's cleared away. That should kill off the rest of the period. 7-1, the Granite State Stars lead. Clark quickly down there, just 2 seconds to go. And the second period comes to an end. Granite State Stars led 3-0 after 1. They lead 7-1 after 2 periods of play. When the third period starts, at minute 29, the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins will have a man advantage for the first minute 29 of the second period. And after 40 minutes of action here at the Dover Arena, the score shows it's the Granite State Stars 7, the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins 1. We'll be back with the third period of action right after this.
The Gateway Family Restaurant at the Lee Traffic Circle is one of the most successful enterprises in the entire state.
Well, what we're trying to do is create an atmosphere where everybody feels comfortable and relaxed. We want a friendly, pleasing atmosphere where you are comfortable with bringing the whole family.
Everything is cooked to order and cooked to delicate perfection. People keep coming back because it's an enjoyable and affordable experience.
It has excellent food, very friendly people here, and reasonable prices.
The seafood is the freshest, the chicken is very tender, and my favorite is the filet mignon.
The service is excellent. Everybody is always friendly. I mean, everybody.
Friendly atmosphere, good food, good prices, and friendly waitresses.
It's the Gateway Family Restaurant. Tri-City Dodge, Route 108 in Somersworth is devoted to customer satisfaction at the lowest prices. Picture yourself in a new car and feel the comfort, the style, and the ease that's waiting just for you. Then find out what amazingly affordable deals can be made only at Tri-City Dodge. And what an inventory to choose from. Tri-City Dodge, sales, service, parts, and accessories. That's why we say highest customer satisfaction at the lowest prices at Tri-City Dodge in Somersworth.
Serving the energy needs of the 90s is Rochester Stove Company, 4 Granite Road in Rochester, offering the finest in wood and coal stoves. Cold weather brings high heating bills, so check out the heating alternative. Finest in brand names in the business in many distinctive styles and sizes. Stove accessories are available as well, plus delivery and setup. Feel secure in these changing times, plus save on energy costs. It's all available from the folks at Rochester Stove Company, 4 Granite Road in Rochester.
7-1 the score. The Granite State Stars lead the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins. While we have a chance, we'll mention some of the other teams quite far away from home for the Granite State Stars. The 7-team league has the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins, who are here tonight. Wheatfield Blades from Buffalo, Rochester Monarchs from New York, Rochester Junior Americans also from New York, Syracuse Stars, the Western Mass Junior Indians, and the Granite State Stars. Western Mass, the closest team, and that's still a little traveling.
And it's still, they're about 3 hours away from the Western Mass team. They're going to do an awful lot of traveling. They're going to play well over 60 games this year, and hopefully get the exposure that Coach O'Brien's really looking for.
Third period underway. Granite State Stars lead 7-1. Heavy check there and dumped in front. Save is made by Bicknell. Pad save. Rebound, shot wide, and Gabe Maddie clears it away. Icing's waved off.
They're short-handed right now.
Minute 5, Pittsburgh will have a man advantage. Pass up ahead. Kamiri there, and Gabe Maddie gets the puck. Dumps it in. Derek Leslie back to Maddie. Pass too far ahead. Maddie has to go in deep.
That's a good example of the Stars system, where they were able to go ahead and have a defenseman come up, and he was covered up by Maddie very well.
Kamiri misses on the check. Justin Wolf's pass blocked. Wolf gets it back, and a whistle behind the play. The 3 men on the ice for the Granite State Stars will be Mike Bourgeois, Troy Anktel, and Harry Himes. Anktel gets a stick on it, clears it away.
It's unusual when you see a 15-year-old like Anctil get a chance to play on a two-man shot situation.
Two-man shot, short. He even gets a shot off. Goes wide, 13 seconds to go on the two-man advantage. Forechecking again by Anctil, he breaks it up. Now Quayle dumps it in, 6 seconds to go on the two-man advantage. Bourgeois around the boards, kept in there on the right defense. Goes in deep to Larmers. Back to Carfley, into Larmers again, and now it's a one-man advantage for 1:20 for Pittsburgh. Anctil breaks it up, working one-on-one. Gets it around the stick, his backhand pad save. Nice play by Troy Anctil. Reagan just got a pad on it. Shot covered up by Reagan. Anctil was heading for the far post. Richard on defense. His shot deflected out in front. Clark's turnaround. Now it's controlled by Pittsburgh. Blasco starts it up for Penguins. Broken up on the play by Mike Ober.
Stars have done an excellent job shorthanded. They've been shorthanded for quite a few shifts. This is probably the 6th or 7th power play.
Alsop brings it all the way up the ice, dumps it in the zone. Jason Richard, the first man back, clears it again, all the way down, forcing Dan Reagan to play it. 25 seconds remain on the penalty. Pittsburgh trying to mount one last charge on this man advantage. 16 seconds on their power play. Owens controls, broken up on the play. Jason Staples got a stick on it. Now it goes in deep, and Wallace has it broken up. 4 seconds to go on the power play. It's clear. The power play will be out, and Clark has a rush. Getting there back there as the pass was way too far to the left, and now Belanger controls. Back to Richard, tees it up. His shot goes wide. Going for the top corner again was Jason Richard. He has 2 goals in the game. In the corner, the Stars battle. Back to the point. Staples shot deflected by Alsop of Pittsburgh, and Staples will get credit for the goal, giving the Granite State Stars an 8-1 lead. Belanger, McLeod, and Frechon, the forwards, as the penalty is up. Staples and Richard on defense. McLeod gets it behind the net. Centering pass, McLeod can't control. Now they don't give the goal to Staples.
No, they didn't give it to Staples.
Staples clearly was deflected by Alsop, but they give the goal to McLeod. I mean, make it Wallace.
Yeah, but that was definitely Staples' goal.
Staples tries it again from the point, deflected this time by McLeod, but it goes wide. Frechon loses the puck. Pittsburgh trying to break out. And now Belanger's there, around one man. Flip shot, goal! Top corner. Tracy Belanger tried to go up top, deflected off the glove of Reagan, and it goes in the net for a 9-1 lead. Highly regarded as a prospect, only a junior at Trinity, not playing for the high school team because he's here with the Granite State Stars. Again, up along the boards.
Belanger's another one that feels he's going to get more exposure and certainly a lot more hockey playing for the Stars than he will for Trinity.
Belanger gets it right back from McLeod. Shot goes wide, 9-1 with 15:32 to play in the game. Granite State Stars lead the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins. Nick Bicknell comes out and plays it. Leaves it for Himes. Bicknell just now getting back in goal, and Himes goes around the boards with it. McLeod will pick it up off the boards. Lead for Belanger, working against 2 defensemen. Going wide. Holding the puck, trying to tuck it around out in front, but Pittsburgh comes away with the puck. 15:05 to go in the game. Poke checked in by the Granite State Stars. Now Belanger up ahead. Champagne can't get a stick on it. Pass broken up by Pittsburgh. Kept in now by Glenn Kameri. And now it's just cleared away by Pittsburgh. That'll be icing. Glenn Kameri will be the first one back there.
He's in no hurry to touch it. He'll let some time run off the clock.
Down to 14:36 when the whistle's finally blown.
Yeah, Wagaman wasn't supposed to play tonight.
after 9 goals, which weren't all the fault of the goaltender. Not strong defense in front, but Dan Reagan's pulled. Centering pass, falling down with Champagne. 14:21 to go in the game. Wagaman, the new goaltender for Pittsburgh. Along the boards, there's a whistle. Jason Wagaman, 5'11", 155-pounder.
He's a high school junior, is he?
Junior in high school.
Yeah. A lot of these kids are high school players. The Penguins do have some college players, freshmen and in college.
Up along the boards, behind the goal. Played there. Granite State Stars come away with the puck. 14 minutes to go in the game. Kevin Strong out there trying to gain control, but Pittsburgh starts out with it. Along the boards, and Owens dumps it up ahead for Alsop. Alsop trying to get around the defender, had a shot on the left side, passed it up, and Himes made the defensive play. Owens back in on the corner, dumps it behind for Alsop. Back to the point. Mart's shot goes wide out in front, all alone, and finally put home by Pittsburgh. Justin Wolf got a stick on it, the second Pittsburgh player to get a stick on it. He finally scored. Troy Ankle out there with Derek Leslie and Gabe Maddie. 2-on-1. Leslie gets to Ankle, back to Leslie, but the shot can't be handled. Now Leslie dumps it in front. Ankle can't get a stick on it. Behind the net, Schleibner puts a hit on him, gives him an extra shove. Ankle gets the puck right back. In the corner, Maddie falls down, but gets it to Leslie. Back to Maddie. Controlling the puck in the Pittsburgh zone, but now Pittsburgh comes away with it. 12:56 to play in the game. Checked by Bourgeois along the bench. Lead pass for Leslie, working against 2 defensemen. Has Bourgeois coming up. Leslie goes in deep. Centering pass goes wide. Bourgeois falls down, can't get a stick on it.
Nice rush by Derek Leslie.
Now it's cleared. Ankle trying to hurry back, but getting there first was Pittsburgh. A sliding poke check, gets poked away as Stewart was in there. Ankle made the defensive play and gets the puck up ahead, poked away by Pittsburgh. Stewart controls, heading towards his own goal, and now Leslie picks it up. Ridden off the puck by a pair of defensemen. Clark back there, and Mike Bourgeois, the defenseman, will handle it. Jason Richard paired with him on defense. Pass too far ahead, kept in by Pittsburgh. Cleared across, Jason Richard hurrying after it, pokes it in, goes in deep by Schleibner. Has the puck, centering pass, no one home. Penalty coming up.
Going to get a slashing call.
Going against the Granite State Stars, and now ridden down behind the play. Coming out now is the 5th skater for the Granite State Stars. Champagne is out there. Up along the boards, Himes keeps it in. Centering pass, trying to connect with Wallace, but it goes behind him. His centering pass broken up by Pittsburgh. 11:32 to go in the game. Staples and Himes on defense. Shot on goal, covering up and holding on to the puck is Nick Bicknell.
Now Petraglia for the Penguins shot that from just inside the blue line. Had a good snapshot off, but it was picked off by Bicknell.
11:27 to play in the game. 9-2 Granite State Stars lead. Blasco will be centering for Pittsburgh. He's been impressive tonight, but one of the few impressive skaters.
Yeah, there's been quite a few impressive skaters wearing white tonight.
Yeah, the Granite State Stars have looked good. They lead 9-2 up ahead. Clark after it, has Wallace behind him. Champagne on the left, controls, holds on. Now Staples pinching in, gets a stick on it, but it goes nowhere. 2-on-1 for Pittsburgh. Blasco centering pass, deflects it on net, but covering up, closing the pads, and making the save is Nick Bicknell.
Nice job by Bicknell. He was moving backwards, and usually when you catch a goaltender moving backwards, he doesn't get those pads closed. In that case, Bicknell was able to get the pads closed and deny the tip shot.
Charlie Blasco could only tip it forward on goal, couldn't control the puck. And right there to make the save was Bicknell. Wallace up along the right side, lead pass, too far for Clark. Clark gets it in the corner, misses the puck. Pittsburgh comes away. Forechecking is Wallace. Gets it over to Clark. His shot on goal deflected wide by Wagaman. Wagaman, the new goaltender, came in a few minutes ago, replacing Dan Reagan after 9 goals have been scored on him. Himes at the point, flips it in. And Pittsburgh starts away with it. Lead pass up ahead. Broken up on the play was Justin Wolf. Gets it right back, working against 3 defenders. Little give and go. Wolf gets it back. Neither one can get a stick on it. Now the Granite State Stars flip it out, and they'll make a change.
Well, the Stars don't lose a lot between line changes. There's not a lot of difference. There's no drop-off in the caliber of play between one line and the other.
Troy Anktel centering pass, deflected high and wide by Jason Richard.
That's Belanger.
Now the shot goes wide. Jason Richard playing a defense, but it moved in. Belanger out there centering the squad, has McLeod and Frechon. Behind the net, it goes to Belanger. Now McLeod behind the net. Frechon controls. Up along the boards, trying to get it behind the net. Over it goes to McLeod, and a whistle on the play.
A pretty good crowd here tonight at the Dover Arena to watch the junior hockey.
Schleibner clears it around the boards. Keeping it in is Bourgeois. The second attempt out in front by Belanger on his knees goes high. Now Richard gets it over to Frechon. Stick handles, loses the puck. Right there is McLeod. Ridden off the puck by a couple Pittsburgh players. McLeod stays with it, however. Stick handles, holds on to it, goes in deep to Richard. Richard loses the puck. Schleibner gets bumped off it, and McLeod gets it right back. 8:41 to play. Poked away by Schleibner. Goes down in deep. Whiffing on the play was Pittsburgh, and now cleared back to Bourgeois. His slapper in for a goal. I don't believe anyone touched it.
No, it looked like it went straight through. I think that one comes from Bourgeois.
Mike Bourgeois let it fly on net about knee high. Didn't look to be deflected, but you saw the back of the net get twinged up, and it's a goal, the 10th of the game.
Excuse me. Listen, remember how you picked me up at that garage sale, took me home and made me all kinds of promises? Well, this basement is lonely and scary, and you need to call Dwyer's Woodworks. He'll treat me real good, and when I'm finished, you'll see that underneath it all, I really am very beautiful.
Okay, Dwyer's.
I feel so good thanks to Dwyer's Woodworks. Just one more thing. Take me upstairs or I'll tell your sofa about us.
Jim McLeod gets the assist. Bourgeois' goal was not touched. He gets credit for it. 8:24 to go in the game. 10-2, the Granite State Stars lead. Kamiri and Himes on defense. Strong, Bayer, and Champagne out there as the forwards. Bayer goes up along the boards. Kevin Strong chasing after, but played back to the Pittsburgh defense. Alsop at center ice. Leaves it up ahead, broken up on the play by Bayer. Bayer gets by a defenseman up along the boards. Lead pass now for Champagne. He stops and holds, gives it away to Alsop, who clears it away. Bicknell will play it in his own zone. Kamiri sets up the offense behind his own goal. Up ahead to Bayer, along the boards. Kevin Strong racing after it. Can't poke check it by Schleibner. And now Kamiri gets it back again. Lead pass up ahead. Schleibner intercepts. DC can't get it at his skates. And now it's played by Kamiri. Goes up ahead to Champagne in the Pittsburgh zone. Taken away by Bayer on the right side. His shot, pad save. Wagaman got a leg on it. Bayer gets it right back. Kamiri's one-timer goes awry. Now back into the corner. 7:04 to go in the game, and a penalty coming up.
Yeah, number 77 is going off, I believe, for a cross check.
Doug Schleibner will come off. 2 minutes of put up for the visiting Pittsburgh Junior Penguins.
Well, DC apparently got a matching penalty with Strong.
Five-on-4 advantage for the Granite State Stars. DC gets the unsportsmanlike conduct, so he leaves. Leslie gets spilled at center ice, in front of the goal, rather. Staples shot goes high. Wagaman gets a glove on it. So did you sort out all those penalties, Ray?
Yeah, it was very simple. We had 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. We had the cross-check against Schreibner. And DC and Strong got unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. And then DC was given a game misconduct.
So DC's gone to the dressing room. Schleibner's in the penalty box and Strong's in his penalty box. But it's a 5-on-4 advantage for the Granite State Stars for another minute and a quarter. Up along the boards, Carfley trying to dump it back in. Jason Staples controls. Has Leslie right near him. Up for Anktel, lead pass. Goes into the Pittsburgh zone. Wagaman plays it behind his own goal. Trying to clear it. Now Staples controls. Setting up the power play. Goes in deep to Anktel. Holds. Centering pass. Goes across the crease. Leslie tips it back for Himes. In too deep to Maddie. Leslie plays it back to Harry Himes. His shot blocked in front by his own player. Now Leslie sets behind the goal. Holds. Goes back to Himes. Holds on to it. 40 seconds to go and a whistle on the play.
Again, net knocked off the moorings and probably knocked off. I think he's claiming that Leslie knocked it off.
So the face-off will come outside the Pittsburgh zone. 10-2 the score, the Granite State Stars lead.
Well, a break for Pittsburgh there because the Stars were putting some pressure on. They had good control of the puck in the offensive zone.
39 seconds on the man advantage for the Granite State Stars. 5:36 to play in the game. Lead pass up ahead. Intercepted there by Martz. Short-handed shot. Save made by the goaltender Nick Bicknell. Up along the boards, Maddie up ahead for Anktel. Anktel stick handling, gets it poked away. Control, centering pass. Leslie can't find control. Now back to Bourgeois. He lets it fly up high. Deflected out in front by Martz. Now flying into the goaltender was that Troy Anktel? 5 seconds left on the power play. Bourgeois loses it. Now a breakaway for Pittsburgh. Breaking in is Justin Wolf. Justin Wolf, as a stick gets busted, and the net comes off its mooring, and the save was made by Bicknell.
Bicknell stood his ground, held the short side on the forehand.
4:54 to go in the game. Up along the board, Steve Wallace controls, gets by him to Martz. Broken up on the play, Blasco lets it fly. Pad save by Bicknell.
Well, Bicknell's nice and loose in there now. He's sitting back with an 8-goal lead. He's perfectly happy to show what he can do in there.
Bourgeois plays it along the boards, but not out of the zone. Wolf keeps it in. Now flipped up, and Wallace controls for the Stars. Flips it out to the center zone, and now played back by Pittsburgh. Wallace at center ice, we have a whistle.
Now, what do we got? 2 matching penalties again? Yeah, there goes Ober.
Ober's upset. Looked like he got
Wolf.
a stick up near the face, but didn't do anything back, but they both get matching penalties.
Yeah, Ober and Wolf are both complaining about the penalties.
4:15 to go in the game. 10-2, the Granite State Stars lead. Both players get high sticking penalties and a 10-minute misconduct for Ober, so he heads to the locker room. Alsop brings it in. Pass goes across the crease, and sitting right there was the goaltender Bicknell. Then he covers up on Alsop's rebound. Owens had the shot, went up high in the chest.
Yeah, Bicknell is stand-up goaltender, and the puck hit him up high, dropped down, and Alsop had a shot at it.
Under 4 minutes to play in the game. Quick shot on goal by Donnie Owens. Save was made out in front again. Now the backhander and in. Pittsburgh comes up with the goal.
That was one that actually he made a couple of saves. Bicknell made a couple of saves right off the bat, and then another one hit him just at the top of the pads, dropped down through and went in.
Quiet goal, 2 shots on net, then the final third rebound got poked home by Pittsburgh. That makes it 10-3 with 3:51 to go in the game. Wait to see who gets credit for the goal. A couple fans here kind of loud.
Oh, there's a lot of rowdy ones at the junior games.
Owens gets credit for the goal.
Yeah, and Alsop gets an assist on it.
.343 to go in the game, 10-3 the score. Leslie, Anktel, and Maddie out there as forwards. Himes and Staples on defense. In the Pittsburgh zone, now cleared up, and Staples dumps it right back in. To center ice. Himes plays it back there. Carries in his own zone and up along the boards to Anktel. Pokes it ahead, Maddie after it. Poke checked away by Alsop. Cleared in by Himes. Granite State's delayed offside. Now they get back onside, and it's broken up by Anktel. Lead pass for Leslie. Ducks a check, and now Anktel comes in, gets a wrister off. The rebound, Anktel can't get a stick on it.
That was a good play by Derek Leslie there. They were trying to force him over the line to create the offside. Boy, he just wouldn't move.
Under 3 minutes to play in the game now. 10-2, Granite State Stars lead. Pass back to Owens. Stick save made and covered up by Nick Bicknell.
Bicknell has had a pretty busy third period. He's had shots from in close, a couple of testers from the outside. The one that got by him, certainly couldn't, two that got by him, I think, this period, you couldn't really blame him for.
2:50 to go in the game. Up ahead, Wallace now plays it up ahead to Strong. Heading back there and getting there first was Pittsburgh, number 24, Jason Lammers, so it's an icing call. Face-off will come down in, be to the right of the goaltender Bicknell. 2:39 to go in the game, and the Granite State Stars will improve their record rate. They'll move to 8-2-1.
Excellent record in the league. They seem to play, they play an awful lot of non-league games. I think they've, 12, 24, 27, so they've played only 10 league games and 17 non-league games.
Shot on goal, an easy save made by Bicknell, covers up. This is their 11th league game. They are 12-12-1, 12-12-3 overall. They'll improve to over 500 with their 13th win. Their 8th in league play. Sets them in good position right at the top of their division. Pass goes across ice to Wallace. Avoids the heavy check now. Strong rushes in. His shot, save made by Wagaman, and he covers up.
A good rush by Kevin Strong. He picked up the puck and drove in quickly and got off a good shot, but it was right at Lagerman.
2:19 to go in the game. 10-3. Granite Staters lead the Pittsburgh Junior Penguins. Wallace controls, gets around one player, but he's broken up on the play by Pittsburgh. Pass made and deflected. Jason Richard set up Kevin Strong, and the Seacoast fans have heard that combination quite a few times, and it was a blaster by Strong and a nice save by Wagaman.
Yeah, one-timer, and Wagaman save was self-defense. It looked like it hit him. He didn't stop it. And it almost went over his shoulder and in.
Jason Richard at the right defense, played it across to the right of the goaltender, and Strong let it fly. Richard to Strong, sliding across, Wagaman made the save. Good bid there for Kevin Strong.
The players from the Seacoast area and the rest of New Hampshire who are on this Granite State team certainly don't take a back seat to the players that they brought in from out of state. They're excellent hockey players.
Himes a shot, save made by Wagaman. Maddie gets hauled down. Pittsburgh comes away with it. Alsop looking ahead for someone, finally gets it across. And now a whistle on the play.
Two-line pass.
Alsop was not across his own blue line as he made the two-line pass. Face-off with 1:31 to go in the game. Game in hand by the Granite State Stars. Face-off is in the Pittsburgh zone. Played up ahead. Harry Himes near mid-ice up ahead for Anktel. Dumps it in the Pittsburgh zone. Leslie chasing it, but Pittsburgh gets there first. Up along the boards and out. Jason Staples has to go back, and Harry Himes will play it behind his own goal line. 1:11 to go in the game. Lead pass too far. Down into the Pittsburgh zone. Pittsburgh controls. 1 minute to play in the game. Granite State Stars lead 10-3. Now Pittsburgh controls. A player down on the ice, and Justin Wolf on top of Derek Leslie, and Wolf will go off. Leslie down on the ice. Wolf just kind of blanketed him.
Yeah, he just, Derek got tripped up. He got in a little pinch over there and ended up on the ice, and Wolf pinned him down. Two-pointer.
Two-point takedown.
Two-point takedown.
Leslie didn't get a chance for the reversal, but Justin Wolf goes out. So for the final 49 seconds in the hockey game, Granite State Stars will have a 5-on-4 advantage. Jason Staples, Harry Himes on defense. Leslie, Anktel, and Maddie the forwards. Anktel's pass broken up by Blasco. Now a lead pass. Two-line pass again, this time against the Granite State Stars. Half a minute to go in the game.
Yeah, that's a new part of the game that all of these youngsters have had to learn. Up until this level of competition, they play without a red line. And so therefore they have to learn to cross the blue line before they make that pass.
Staples behind his own goal, 20 seconds to go in the game. Well in hand for the Granite State Stars. They lead, a breakaway. Lead pass, Jason Richard pokes it in as Troy Anktel set him up, one-timed it, and Jason Richard gets the hat trick.
Well, Jason got in there. He's been spending a lot of time moving from his point position into the offensive flow of the play, and with only 6 seconds left.
It's actually 10 seconds, and the clock is still running now.
Yeah, they ran the clock off.
Jason Richard gets credit for the hat trick. Talking with his mother between periods, she says he plays defense, but he'd rather play forward. And I've got the lowdown on his shirt. When they were playing the West Point team, he had it ripped, so he's waiting for a new jersey.
Waiting for a new jersey, huh?
So that's why he's wearing number 1. He gets the hat trick on the day, and a good outing for the Granite State Stars.